Hi there, it's Trinette. Have you ever had the feeling of guilt as a mum? As mums, we generally feel it the best. These guilty feelings are like a virus and it can spread amongst the workplace and the community, which is why we feel it. As a mum and a full-time working mum, I understand the guilty feelings as we have to kiss our sleeping kids in the morning and say goodbye to them as we leave at the crack of dawn, or in the current state where we have to sort of push them into the lounge room while we're actually working from the office. But you know, children are well looked after and we know that they are, even if we are having to work. And sometimes as a mum, we're feeling like we're missing out. And when we're missing out on things like driving them to school or hearing their plans for the day and what they're up to, and actually getting involved in their work. And sometimes we may even feel like that pang of guilt continues to reappear after we have tight deadlines at work and we have to sit in late meetings, or we get a little bit sidetracked with the work that we have to do. And those thoughts in our mind rush through thinking, oh, what is the reason why I'm working and not spending time with my kids? And why am I having to do all of the other things outside of looking after the kids that are so precious to me? And then maybe you'll think that we'll come up with the plan knowing that later our kids will be fine and they'll sound happy when we're finished work and they'll be all sorted. But really, here's the reality. We either have too much choice around us, so the options to work are just broad and they're available, or we have to stay at home and we have to look after them and we feel like we don't have a choice like we have during COVID. So many of us are working from home at the moment, so we don't have that choice. But while our children are running in the lounge room next to us where we're working in our office, whatever the case, we're feeling guilty, and these feelings of guilt doesn't make it easier for us to cope with the juggling duties of working as well as working from home. And those feelings can turn into what motivates us though. So I encourage you to think about what it is that we want to be able to get out of work while actually juggling children as well. Because as a society, we're doing a great job. We're actually contributing to society, and we have a really important role to improve the world we live in, not only for ourselves, but also for our children, and also for the community around us and for those near and dear to us. And we want to be able to grasp those negative emotions and make those things motivate us, or at least get a handle on that. So let's work together to be able to improve the world that our small little world that we're working with, and set a good example for our children. And we're going to make a difference. We are making a difference. And we may not be fully focused on the children, even if we are remote learning or homeschooling, but we are being really good role models by making sure that our children can see that we're setting our own goals and we are being positive and adding value to our lives as well. So we are worthwhile, or we are worthy people to look after ourselves. So we don't want those pangs of guilt there as a working mum. There's a couple of tips that I'd like to be able to pass on to you. And the first one is that we're teaching our children to be independent, and this is a great thing. Your children can form his or her own thoughts and feelings without having to look to you for affirmation, because they're going to be more independent, and we're providing them with the room to explore their own world around them and coming up with their own solutions to problems that come up too. So it's really good to put that guilt aside, because no matter what we're doing, we've made the right choice to actually go to work, and we're doing a great job. So you're doing a great job. And if you feel anxious about having your child with somebody else, or they're not doing, or they're doing other things within the house while you're having to work, then make sure that you schedule time in the day to spend with them as well. And remember that these feelings are normal. The whole mum guilt thing is very normal, but be confident and trust that you've made the right decision for you and your family to actually go and work. But lastly, it's all okay to enjoy being a working woman and being independent with your own goals. We don't need to sacrifice our dreams and the values and everything that we hold dear to us, because we are showing our children what it's like to make a difference in the world. And that's really healthy and very important as a role model for them to see that. However, if you find that your current commitments are not what you would like, and that you aren't spending enough time with your children, then it is time to make a change. If you feel that this guilt that you're holding on to is causing emotions as well, and it's not creating the balance that you would like, then be clear on your vision of wellness and what that means to you, because you don't want any of those feelings of guilt actually causing you any harm yourself. Identify the obstacles and determine strategies to overcome the hurdles to reaching your goals, and make sure that you set and you review your goals and give yourself time for self-care too, because life is so busy trying to juggle everything. And if you find that the feelings of guilt are holding you back from achieving what you want, then get in touch with me, because a blockage identifier consultation might be exactly what you need. These feelings of guilt, I keep saying guilt, can be holding you back, and you need to make a plan to be able to stop those limiting beliefs from stopping you from achieving what you really want to do. And it can, by getting a grasp of all of that, can lead you to leading a happier and more fulfilled life. So do you want a balanced life? Is what's keeping you from holding you back? Now, if you do know that there is something that's holding you back, then let me know and we can nut that through a blockage identifier consultation. So what's holding you back? Put it down in the comments below, and get in touch with me. You'll be able to get a link in my profile to a blockage identifier consultation, and we can identify what's stopping you, and we can have a lot of fun being able to work out exactly how we can move forward, because we don't want that stopping you in the future. So get in touch with me, and feel free to forward this on to anyone else that you know has that mum guilt that you would like to be able to see improve on their own wellness too. So I'll be in touch very soon. All right, see you.